Welcome to the Fortify thought watching practice, intended to provide a little more direct guidance in how to watch thoughts rather than just automatically being thoughts, and to watch feelings rather than just being feelings. This can feel so counterintuitive to most of us, since we've automatically taken thoughts, and especially feelings, for much of our lives to be reality, ourselves, right? You are what you think. For most people, even those who are trying, watching your thoughts and your feelings can be, well, almost impossible at first. Don't be surprised if this feels just too hard for you at the beginning. That's why we practice. Practice involves fundamentals, single-minded focus, and some real preparation. So let's do it. If you want to be successful at thought watching, we need to lay the foundation. And that starts with something concrete, not abstract, as far from our heads and our thinking as possible. Although you can use lots of things as an anchor, for our purposes today, we're going to use the body as an anchor. After settling in the body, then we're going to shift to something that's kind of similar to thoughts, but not quite. That will be final preparation for really getting the thought watching down. Okay, you ready? Noticing whatever's going on in the body right now. The contact with the ground or the chair. The feel of the air around you. And this rise and fall right inside you of the breath. The in-breath and the out-breath. Gathering your attention around the rising and the falling of your own breathing. Directly experiencing the breath. Notice we're not thinking about the breath. This is about directly experiencing the physical sensations of breathing in the chest, in the belly, or the nostrils. What about the sound of your breathing? Can you hear yourself breathe? Shifting attention away now from direct physical sensation, letting the sound of your breathing become the focus for a few moments. Expanding further and checking out whatever sound is around you. Sound and the spaces between sound. The sound of a car, clock, other voices, the energy humming throughout a building. There might be sounds you don't like. Noticing your tendency to want to push away or judge those sounds. There might be other sounds you do like or you find pleasant. Noticing the tendency to want to grasp after those. Just watching. Just noticing sound. When you're ready now, letting go of sound and shifting your attention entirely to the thoughts passing through the mind. Watching them just as you did the sounds around you. Checking out the thoughts passing through like passing clouds overhead. What is on your mind? Can you watch whatever is passing through the mind like an event without getting dragged into it? For some of you, thoughts may be racing through the mind, rapid fire. For others, thoughts may be meandering along, or hardly even apparent, like those little animals that scatter and hide as soon as we start looking for them. But sooner or later, you know what happens. A memory, an image, words. They come on through. If you need, feel free to disengage entirely from thinking and ground yourself again in the body, noticing the breath for a few moments. And then, like you would turn up to watch the fireworks, turning back toward your thoughts, pushing back enough to stay grounded in your awareness and just watching. There may be thoughts you like, noticing that craving that arises to follow and want to live them out. There may be other thoughts you really don't like, noticing your resistance that arises to fight and avoid. As best you can, just watching, just noticing. Like the breath passing through the body, thoughts pass through the mind, naturally, rising and falling, moving and passing away, like a parade of characters moving down the street, or like a rushing river, a thinking stream. Now, if you find yourself in the river or marching down the street in the parade, no need to panic. Just noticing where you are and stepping off to the side, letting the parade go by, or sitting back on the riverbank, watching, just watching. You can apply this same practice, by the way, to watching feelings. The difference with feelings is they're a bit trickier, a little more seductive. One reason for that is they're tied more closely to the physical body, whereas thoughts might be up there, somewhere we can push away from. Feelings and emotions can be pretty up close and personal, leading us to wonder whether it's even possible to push away from those. But you can. Instead of just automatically being angry, when the feeling of anger comes, you can notice yourself getting angry, feeling what that's like in your body, noticing the emotion and the tension that arises, crests, and eventually passes away, if you let it. Of course, if you let that anger course through you and out of your mouth, it's not going away so easily. You see, when we react, when we live something out, we drive it inside. We keep it around longer. But if we can learn to watch any feeling that comes, grounding ourselves so we don't react, we don't get pulled into it, it has a lifespan and will live and pass away if we let it. Instead of automatically being sad as soon as you feel sad, you can notice feelings of heaviness arising, checking out how that emotion arises, crests, and passes away, if we let it. Ever had a panic attack? I have. What we usually do when the panic hits is panicking about the panic. And that keeps it around for a while. But once again, what if instead of being panicked and panicking about that, We could notice the feelings of panic arising in the body, watching the panic arise, crest, and pass away. There it is, moving through my body. And guess what? It's gone. One woman who tried this said, "For the first time ever, I learned it was possible to let this intense emotion pass." In the past, she had just been, "Oh no, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes." Maybe that reminds you of urges to use a little bit. Oh no, here it comes. And then it happens. We crave the craving. And we're off. We're swept away. How exactly to watch the craving arise and pass away in the body is exactly what the focus of the urge surfing practice is. And you can check that out separately. Practice these more than once, over and over, as long as you need. For some, it can take days and days of practice before they start to see any progress. Bringing our attention back to the breath, letting go of thinking now. Ending the practice, feeling again the body, sitting here, standing here, or lying here. Checking out the physical sensations. Feeling the breath rising and falling. And congratulating yourself for taking the time to do this. Prioritizing the time that you need to get good at these practices that can help you no longer be a slave to whatever thought comes passing through, or whatever feeling hits you, or whatever urge arises in the body. Let yourself practice over and over, getting it down like the Zen master, Jedi master, whatever you want to call yourself. How about free? You can get there. We're rooting for you. Let's do this together.